What's up guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's video. Welcome to another beautiful sunny South Florida day. Hopefully the weather stays nice like this because we've got a long drive ahead of us. So today is a very exciting day because we're going to be picking up our first go fast part for the project car. Now I know I've been stringing you guys along with the reveal of the project car, but I promise if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll see the project car reveal. When we get down to where we're going, you're going to kind of get an idea of what the project car is, but if you stick around to the end of this video, you'll be able to see it today, not next video. It's going down today. You'll also see why I've been holding back on revealing the project car, but you know what? Sometimes in life, you just gotta go for it. So we're gonna do it today. Stick around to the end of this video to see the reveal of the project car. So finally we made it to the spot. You'll see where we're at. None other than Toyo Works. Now if you're familiar with Toyo Works, then you probably know what I'm gonna show you next. Let's pan over to this bad boy right here. Guys, how sick is this? A K-swapped MR-2. The new project car is a MR-2, a SW20 MR-2 that's gonna also be getting K-swapped. Huge shout out to Josue at Toyo Works for hooking me up with the parts that we picked up today. In a second, I'm gonna show you what those parts are. But in the meantime, let's check this crazy build out. This car has actually been a huge inspiration in building an MR-2 for myself. Now I'm gonna be having a few friends help me along the way. Actually, a friend hit me up and put me onto this deal that we got today. So he's gonna be helping me out tremendously with this project. But like I said, let's check this thing out real quick. Such an amazing car. So I've seen this car online a few times, but seeing it in person is so much sicker. Look how sick this thing is, guys. He's got the full drag package on here. Also, a fun fact about this car, the rear end has also been widened. Now Josue was cool enough to allow me to check the car out, pop the trunk and everything like that, so you can see through here that the rear end has been widened quite a bit. That's actually really cool for the MR-2 because MR-2s are crazy for snap oversteer, so having that widened rear end really helps to like sort that out, you know what I mean? Let's check out this motor. Super cool. Now he's getting ready for a huge event, so he's changing a few things up, but this thing is just nuts. 2 liter, making crazy amounts of power. Now Josue has built some crazy cars over the years, and this is just another one of those incredible builds that he has. I'm not even sure what size that turbo is. I'm not sure if mine's gonna be as sick as this one is, but we're gonna try to get there for sure. We're definitely gonna try to get there. And the parts that he sold me today, he made crazy amounts of power with them, so we should be able to get there one day, eventually, hopefully. Look how sick this is, guys. Insane. Let me show you what we've got in the box here today. We've got a top mount manifold, as well as a dump tube, and a hot side pipe as well, with a towel 60mm wastegate. So this is gonna be going on my MR-2. Look how crazy this hot side pipe is. Just amazing setup right here that we're gonna have for the MR-2. When I get back to the house, we're gonna be revealing the MR-2 project as well, and we'll show you all about this, man. But one more time before we go, this crazy MR-2. It looks amazing. I wish I was able to see this thing in action, but definitely one day. And if you guys want to check this car out, check him out on Instagram. Here's his Instagram right here, Nas51. He's got some really nice builds. Toyo Works, amazing shop for sure, no doubt. And I especially love the kooky lights on the rear end. I've got to get those for my MR-2, but like I said, let's get back to the crib so I can show you guys what I got going on. Let's get it. Yo guys, this car is crazy. I can't wait to see more of this car, and hopefully one day we'll be able to see it in action. It's such an amazing car. Huge shout out to Josue again for hooking me up with this manifold and these hot parts. Super cool guy, and I can't wait to see more of this car. Let's go. Alright guys, so we got all the parts loaded up. Time to head back to the crib so I can show you guys the new project car. Such a beautiful car. Till we see this car again. Hey baby.
Hey.
Nothing much. I met the guy. I left already on my way home. It went good. Cool guy.
Okay, great.
Yep. Cool guy.
Great. Great. I'm glad. Good.
Yeah,
I'm glad it worked out.
Finally we made it back home. Those Miami drives are always something else, but luckily today we're in the IS instead of the S2000, and I gotta say that this is a lot more comfortable than the S2000, so it made today's ride a breeze. So guys, the time has come to reveal the project car. Before we do that though, let's move the S2000. Alright guys, so finally the time has come to reveal the new project car. I've been waiting for this moment for a long time, and I'm actually really happy that I was able to get my hands on this car. I've wanted one of these for, I'd say, maybe about like 5 or 6 years, maybe a little bit longer now, but finally we got our hands on one. The project car sits right behind this door, so without further ado, without any more dramatic entrances, here we go. If any of you have ever played Forza Horizon 4, then this is probably really reminiscent to one of those barn find situations where you pop open the garage and inside a piece of work. Now this is a 1991 MR-2 turbo, original turbo car. Still has a 3S GTE in it. Now a lot of people have been telling me to keep the 3S and not even go K-Series, but you know what, I've actually wanted one of these because I've wanted to go K-Series. Ever since seeing Race Labs MR-2 so many years ago, I've always wanted to get an MR-2 and K-swap it. So finally, the opportunity presented itself, and here we are. I gotta say that this is the first time I'll be building like such a crazy build. The S2000 has been pretty much simple for the most part. I had a Civic before that was turboed. For me, a pretty simple setup as well, but this one's gonna be crazy. So the goal with this car is to make at least 600 horsepower, K24A2. I'm not sure what transmission setup we're gonna be going with yet, but as you see, we already got the manifold and the wastegate today. I wanna also give a huge shout out to Carlos at Label One for helping me out with the build so far. He was the one that put me onto that deal today, so huge shout out to him as well. As you can see, this garage is a mess. This is part of the reason why I didn't really want to reveal the car as yet. This isn't really the grand reveal that I was hoping for, but you know what, I've been stringing you guys along like so long, so finally I decided to just show you guys the car. Now we've got a lot of work to do to it. As you can see, the paint is faded, the bumper is mismatched, and if you look over here, this side actually came off. So we've definitely got our work cut out for us, boys. One thing I've realized about MR2s is that because they're older cars, parts are really hard to come by, especially OEM parts. Like this bumper here, to get an original one, I mean, you could probably find it somewhere, but it's gonna be a little bit hard to get your hands on it. Of course, there are aftermarket options, but an OEM one like this is gonna be a little bit hard to come by. So I really want to kind of try to keep this one and hopefully take it to the body shop, see if they could salvage it. But as you can see, there's even like loose wires under the car. This car has been sitting for a little while, which explains the state. As you guys can see, I still have my Mugen hardtop up here. Actually, I have some news about the OEM hardtop coming next video, so stay tuned for that. But we've got a lot of stuff on the car. We actually ordered parts, and we have side skirts here, front lip in the other box, and we've got a bunch of other parts in this garage. I'm so embarrassed to show you guys right now. In the next few coming weeks, this garage should look completely different, so we could start working on this and getting stuff done. Now, a lot of the work is going to be done at my friend's shop, but of course we're going to be doing stuff in here as well, so we definitely want to get this cleared out. So let me show you guys the interior of this car. As you can see, the door moldings are really messed up. I'll have to get new ones of those too. Other thing that I've realized about MR2s is that the dashes, finding a clean dash in an MR2 is super hard to come by as well. The seats are in decent condition, but I'll probably be swapping them out as well and cleaning up a lot of this interior. It's a mess I've kind of taken some things apart since getting the car, but we're gonna be changing out a lot in here. Definitely gonna look a lot different. I think it's gonna be a really fun build for the channel, and I can't wait to get started on this thing. Today's parts were the first go fast parts for the MR2, so I guess effectively the build has started today. So going forward, I mean, I don't really know what's gonna be next. I guess getting my hands on an engine, turbo, and everything else that we need. There you guys have it. The project car has been released. Also, I should mention that in the next coming videos, I'll probably be showing you guys more of the MR2, kind of talking about things that we want to fix on it and everything like that. So if you guys don't want to miss that, then of course like this video, subscribe to the channel if you want to see this build come to life. Whole vision already mapped out for it, so hopefully within the next few months we'll be able to pull that off. I generally don't like to give myself a time limit, because when building a car like this, especially that's in this shape, there are going to be things that you're going to encounter that you probably didn't account for. I'm sure we're gonna run into situations like that. This car is also 1991, so of course it's been around for a little minute. I'm not sure what's broken on it, rusted on it. We're gonna find out as we go. Also want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has helped me thus far with this car. The previous owner actually ended up being a good friend of mine. I didn't know that until I went to go see the car, and he hooked me up with a great deal on the car as well. So huge shout out to him. Yeah, definitely guys, stay tuned for this build. It's gonna be a crazy one. What are some things that I've learned about MR2 since owning an MR2? Well, number one, MR2s are probably a lot cheaper to build than you would think. Of course, they're older cars, so finding parts are gonna be a little bit harder. However, parts are relatively inexpensive compared to other cars. Another thing that I've learned about MR2 since owning this MR2 is that the MR2 community is really cool. Usually, a lot of the people that I've encountered in the MR2 community are really down-to-earth people, really helpful, and just really cool people overall. Now, of course, in every community, you're gonna have those people that are just, you know, however, for the most part, a lot of the people in the MR2 community are really cool. Now, the plans with this car is to go K-swap. Now, this is a 91 original turbo. It still has the original 3S GTE in it. So a lot of people have considered what I'm doing almost like blasphemous, to take the 3S GTE out and put a K24 in. However, the engine that's in the car is actually not really that great anymore. The previous owner that had the car said it started to smoke really bad, and he suspected that it was the seals that ended up going bad. So instead of rebuilding the 3S GTE, we're just gonna go ahead and swap it out for a K24. It's gonna be a bigger engine, and it should be able to create more power efficiently and easily as well. Our goals will be between 500 to 600 horsepower. Hopefully, if we can go higher, of course we will. I'm gonna be getting a lot of help from friends along the way, so stick around for the journey if you want to see how this MR2 turns out. I've owned this MR2 for about 2 months now, and like I said, maybe a little bit longer, I'm not exactly sure. However, I've been kind of keeping it under wraps because I wanted to kind of do like a big grand reveal. However, you know, plans change, and here we are. I figured that if you guys stuck around this long, then I just want to show it to you guys and get it out there. And like I said, technically today is the first day of the build, so it's a pretty exciting day. I'm really happy to get started on this project. But if you guys saw my Cars and Coffee video before we were all forced to quarantine, you guys might have remembered that I said that I was gonna take down that Model X P100D, and I needed a really crazy and fast car to do it. If you guys haven't seen that Cars and Coffee video yet where I trolled that Model X, then go check it out right here. From that day on, I went on the hunt for a project car. I almost pulled the trigger on a few cars a few times. However, luckily the right car finally fell into my hands and I scooped it up. There were EK hatches that I almost pulled the trigger on, RSXs that I almost pulled the trigger on. You guys actually had some really great guesses. A lot of you guys know me really well, so you kind of know my style, and I gotta say those are some really great guesses. And in reality, you weren't that far off because I am going K-series with this car. So all the people who guessed EK hatches or RSXs, you were kind of spot on, but we're just going for a little bit different of a build. The MR2 is, you know, rear wheel drive, so it's gonna be crazy. I'm really excited to see how this project comes out, to be honest with you, and I can't wait to share it with you guys. A huge shout out again to Carlos at Label One for hooking me up with that deal today. Huge shout out to Josue for showing me his crazy MR2. I mean, that car is just mind-blowing. I've seen it featured on that racing channel. I've seen it on other places as well, and he's actually getting ready for another event right now, so we're probably gonna see more footage of this car. Hopefully once we get all the parts here, the mounts, the turbo, the engine. I actually still need to get an engine. It's actually really funny that I got a turbo manifold and I don't even have an engine as yet. I actually kind of did that backward, but this deal was so great that I had to jump on it. So, you know, engine will be coming next, harness, all the things that we'll need. also kind of document everything that we need to put this project together, show you guys the pieces that you need to get the car up and running. I'll be learning myself as well, so chances are you guys will be learning with me too. I also got to give this MR-2 a name. I've been deciding and going back and forth on what I should call this MR-2. I'm thinking the Supercar Killer MR-2. What do you guys think about that? Too generic? Let me know in the comments what you think I should call this MR-2. If you guys are really good at making up names, then drop one down below. The Supercar Killer MR-2 kind of has a ring to it. But what if I don't kill supercars? Nope, no negative thoughts. Hopefully we should be able to take down at least one supercar. If I take down one supercar, then technically the MR-2 can be called the Supercar Killer MR-2. Oh, that kind of hurt, by the way. Guys, just like that, we've reached the end of today's video. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to smack that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos just like this one. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.